Yo, it's 2021, y'all. Him and Pete, we got a new show.
If you ain't got no money, take your broke dick home. Poodle.
If you ain't got no money, wait. Pass.
BLING Empire OMG Netflix, we coming for you. Maddie, Poodle,
And special guests, too.
it's Bling Empire on Reality Gaze.
I'm drinking Tito's the rest of my days.
eating Doritos.
This show's the closest we'll get to the glamorous.
Out of that
Oh, the glamorous. Oh, the glamorous, glamorous. Oh, the glamorous. Oh, the glamorous. Oh, the glamorous. Betty, who are these people?
Poodle. Boy, I'm so glad you asked. Oh, there's Dr. Gabe and his wife, Christine. Jamie is the fashion queen. Kevin's got that banging bod, and Kimberly is a DJ god.
Kane's got Benjis by the tons, and his dad sells bombs and guns. Ain't none of these kids gotta worry about bills, and they're all in Beverly Hills. Oh, the glamorous. Yo, the flowers say, oh, the glamorous. Oh, the flowers say, oh, the glamorous. Oh, the glamorous, glamorous, oh, the glamorous. Oh, the flossy. Yo, how can I get Kevin to fuck me? Anytime I want a boom, boom. I wanna beg for it day and night. Oh, wow, 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 wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah.
Yeah. Gonna get it done, Kevin. Get in here.
Yo,
That's what daddy wants.
the most relatable thing we've ever heard on Bling Empire about very, very rich Asians.
Very rich.
Very, very rich Asians in Los Angeles. And Dorothy Wang comes on and says, "Bitch, I got 45 minutes to eat lunch on Cannon." When Christine wants to take her to a helicopter to the French Laundry. And my jaw fell open, and it was just like, finally, someone who understands. First of all, I can't afford eating lunch on Cannon because it is too expensive.
It's too expensive.
But you will wait forever, and 45 minutes is barely going to be enough. You cannot find parking.
You cannot. It's rich people with time on their hands.
Yeah, it's Beverly Hills.
If somebody asked me to eat lunch with them on Cannon, my first question would be why?
Yeah. Well, it's because it's near her, and it's nice little.
Because you're going to get a deli sandwich that's going to cost you $25.
Oh, I think that's a steal. I would think even higher because they'd give it to you with some kind of like shishi potato salad.
That's true.
Yeah. No one cares.
Inside baseball,
this is
y'all.
Bling Empire season 2.
I miss my favorite theme song.
I like it.
I like
it's
it
not my
too.
favorite, but I really like
We
it.
did it at a live show. You guys, this is Bling Empire Season 2 is back. Now, look, this could change, but we noticed that these first 2 episodes were just a lot of intro, so we didn't have a ton of notes. So we're going to do episodes 1 and 2, and that's perfect because if you're listening on the free feed, it's because this is on our $5 tier at on Patreon and Supercast. Mm-hmm. But the first episode, y'all, try before you buy. So we're
Just
giving you
like that little weed dealer in your neighborhood.
exactly, just like Gerald, or whatever her or Renee, whoever gives you the doobie, whoever.
I don't think people say doobie.
I don't know if they do. It's legal now in so many places,
Right.
So they're calling it Oklahoma Toklahoma.
It's not legal in Oklahoma.
Medicinal is.
Oh, wow.
I think they think it's going to be legal soon, but all these places are setting up pot places up on the border. So when Texas opens up, they're just going to jump.
Isn't it interesting the moralizing that used to happen with drugs, and now, like drugs like marijuana, now people are cashing in because it's money.
People,
I love it.
look, y'all, you think any of these political issues that you hear about, people have strong opinions about, every single one of them will change when it comes to money.
Yep.
Every one.
Well, our show's not political, but here we go.
It's not, but it will. Anyway.
Y'all, this is episode 1.
Diamonds and deception.
Deception. Hello, darling.
Hello.
She doesn't have the range.
You know what I forgot about this show?
I did a Shirley Bassey cameo for someone.
You did do a yeah. You did, y'all.
Bling Empire is forever.
we're crazy a little bit because we're drinking iced coffee because after this, we have to book all of our travel for our summer tour.
Live shows.
And
I may fall asleep halfway through.
yes, and we have another announcement, but that's going to be coming soon in a video announcement, and then we'll follow it up on the podcast.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
We need to plan that too.
I know. I got everything from Amazon today. Just so you know, it's going to be an announcement.
Y'all, when we have announcements, we order costumes for them.
We do.
Because we're 11.
Because we're 11 and
We never got out
it's
of...
what our little gay boys wanted to do.
It's like gay people on Halloween, why they go over because it's the gayest holiday because that's what they wanted every day to be.
Yes, and that little boy wanted to be slutty like his cousin who dressed up as a slutty mermaid.
Yeah.
So he's going to do that when he is 24 on West Hollywood Boulevard.
I'm more interested in
Santa
dressing up
Monica.
as ugly characters.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
not interested in dressing
Yes.
up as pretty people.
Although I would appreciate if somebody did like a slutty Jabba the Hutt. not her, not Carrie Fisher, but actually sexy Jabba the Hutt.
It'd be easy. You just put some glitter on the clothing and then put a mini skirt on him.
But are things that creep me out. I enjoy like when people do like sexy Sesame Street characters.
That's disgusting.
Like, have you seen Sexy Cookie Monster?
No,
it's gross.
But I'd be in for like stuff like sexy Grim Reaper.
Yeah,
I think that's really funny.
Yeah, that's yes. Yeah, I agree with
Come
that.
on, if you want to go with sexy Grim Reaper, just have your tits out.
Woo! And you got that little, what's it called?
Yeah, sickle.
Sickle, yes.
Or scythe.
Scythe. Oh, goodness. All right, everybody. Hey,
Where are we?
Speaking of booking summer tour, Summer should be fun. We're coming to a city near you, so be sure to check those dates. Subscribe to our Instagram, Reality Gaze Podcast. If you
Follow our
want to get
Instagram.
tickets, go to our Linktree link in our Instagram. You can't go to our website right now because we got hacked. We don't know why.
Which one of you fuckers? I don't know.
Our web designer won't
Maybe
get back
China.
to me. I don't know. But
I made too many cracks about the Wuhan bat and China got after us.
So our website is completely hacked. I don't know if we're going to have to pay someone to get it back.
Like ransom? What if
I don't know. I
what if
texted
have to
Patrick. I haven't heard from him.
What if I have to go downtown with like a bunch of money to drop somewhere?
Maybe.
How much do you think we'll have to pay them?
I don't know.
$200?
Yeah, sure. Sure. $5. Yeah, that's going to be it.
What if it's like a briefcase of money and we can on the outside we can have hundreds, but then on the inside it's like paper or ones.
Yeah, I'll let you do that by yourself just so that way I can be there to back you up when they kill you.
I've just came up with that idea.
Yeah, I think it's never been done before.
Or we could put one of those dye packs that explode. So
Yeah.
the money would be worthless.
Yeah.
What if we could talk to the bank?
Yeah, I don't
This
think
is a caper.
I don't think you're going to organize a spy ring for us.
Fine.
It is a caper, though. So
we'll just get a new. We worked so hard to get that domain
I know
name,
we might
too.
have to call Drew at GoDaddy. We'll see.
Ooh, he's my GoDaddy.
He is a GoDaddy. All right.
They come to see us in Phoenix, I think. You know, we should not talk about where certain members are going to be seeing us. Just realize that. As we get bigger, y'all, we shouldn't name drop people on the pod or talk about where certain people live.
Hey, I did get good news, though.
You got that boil removed?
No, my first kiss, Lene Beard and Jimmy Stewart are coming to the live show in Dallas.
And before anyone asks, Jimmy is, I believe, goes by female.
Yeah,
pronouns.
JYMME. She's
Just
coming.
checking.
Yeah, they're coming. So I'm excited.
I'll cross that off my bucket list. No one gives a shit.
Let's talk about this. You know what I give a shit about? We follow him on Instagram. We see all the pictures. We see all the memes. But you just forget how fucking hot Kevin is.
So hot.
He is so fucking
I
hot.
gasped at his arms this season.
And just his little puppy dog eyes.
Yeah, he's really hot.
God, I'd suck his dick.
I know. Probably
A
let
lot.
you.
You know what?
He likes to jerk off, apparently.
He likes to jerk off, apparently.
There's stains all over his bed.
And he likes anal.
That's true. You know, I will
I
say.
wax my ass and put on a blonde wig. He'll never know.
There ain't much difference in the dog, Kevin. Except for me going, harder!
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, is that all you got?
Yeah.
Just berating you. He's probably not going to come on anymore. Come chat with us again, Kevin. We love chatting with you.
You're just fucking. He's down by the Sally Go. He's like, why are you singing that song?
That's what I get when somebody gets plugged.
Woo! All right.
Okay, anyway, he's got a new pad.
He's got a new pad.
I think he's gotten rid of roommates.
Yes. Kelly and Kane both show up to look at it. Again, they talk about the hat that the there's nothing really happens. We just you meet, if you're new to this, Kevin and Kane and Kelly and Kim are kind of
God, they're all K's.
They are all K's, but they're like the core of the show. Yeah, I would say. And then Anna Christine. Even Jamie. It feels like they're maybe adding more Jamie this season.
Yeah. I'm interested in what I'm interested in her more.
You know, I wasn't last season, and I shaded her for it, even when I saw her at a restaurant.
Yeah.
At the Roosevelt.
I think she's more interesting.
But I'm like, I'm into this, and I feel like the people they're bringing on are interesting too. But we're going to talk about that.
So they're basically Kevin's excited because he can jerk off whenever he wants. He makes sure walk around naked. I would love
camera.
I would definitely love if you want to film yourself.
Yeah.
Kevin, don't sleep on that.
Don't.
And I would not. I promise. Show it to all my friends.
No. He won't even show the dick pics he gets to me.
I'd show them to everybody else, but
yeah, not to me.
So, I don't know what this was staged for production, but his bed is it's not even a mattress. This is like it looks like one of these, like, I don't know, like, what are those futon mattresses that someone threw on the floor?
He's young. He doesn't have back problems yet, and he's
not that young. He's at least mid-20s, upper 20s.
Honey, that's still young. You can still sleep on a mattress on the floor.
I didn't like it. When I was 28, I was 70.
I mean, isn't that when you used to raise your bed because of your acid reflux when you were 28?
Yes.
Which I do now, but I didn't start doing that till I was 40.
I nagged you to do it. And guess what? You're better now. You're welcome.
No, you are. Yeah, I appreciate that. So, I mean, I think production probably said, look, dude, this place is a dump. You've got to fucking move. And maybe it looks like he just moved at the last minute.
Maybe, but he said there were stains on his sheets. Yo, he jerks off all the time. He likes playing with his penis.
He's talked about it. He has a high sex drive. I'm sorry, you didn't know that, did you?
I know I remember
your eyes glassed over.
I remember it.
Yeah.
I just went into piano cat mode for a minute there. We're like,
put your claw back in. Not happening. Oh, wow.
Anyway,
that's kind of it. We just got a little taste of them. And then we have, did we do tea bags for this?
No,
or no, we talked about it.
Anna's gone downtown. She's had, I was going to say, Kane, they do address this later on in episode 2, but he's had a couple of little done, and so is Anna.
Yeah. I mean, Anna's face kind of looks like she's like the female Joker.
She put a new
like
face
the
on.
way, like the smile, yes.
Yeah.
And I just love how Anna always kind of bends down, like her forehead's too heavy.
She does,
but it really is because she's just staring you down because she can. I like Anna a lot, but
her boss move of talking very quiet.
Very quiet.
It's just you have to lean in. So
she's a diamond dealer.
She has a diamond deal, don't you?
Don't.
Mine is in Tarzana.
Mine was in North Hollywood, but he stole my wallet and knocked me out. But now remember, y'all, Anna, because this comes up when we see her house and she has guns on the wall. Poodle, how did Anna make her fortune?
Her family money was in, I believe, a company that sold munitions and like big and like war supplies. So I would just say maybe not the best karmic operation.
Maybe.
But that's the spirit in which she is raised, you guys. So if you can think about it, money that was raised from things that were based on the war machine, there is no limit to how much money you have. Because that's an infinite amount. You're always going to have war. And
God,
bullets.
that's sad.
Well, just laying it out there.
It is.
But she also says, I don't pick the jewelry. The jewelry picks me.
What?
That's how I sleep for wigs.
That is how you sleep for wigs. That's how I used to search for dick. The dick picks me.
It's the only one who have you at the club.
That's true. Hey, boys, someone pick me.
Yuck.
Someone else. So,
Too early in the evening. Ask me at 3 a.m.
They're like, somebody yells out, it's brunch, dude. Sorry. I pulled my pants up. Okay, so now.
Just go over there and fuck that hole.
Fuck that up. Now, Cherie she's coming. Yo, Cherie's like, I almost said crazy rich because that's part of the show. But
Stop yawning.
I'm not tired. I just needed to yawn. But I forget what she makes her, but she was already loaded before she married Jessey, right?
I'm not sure. I can't remember.
But she's got like stupid money too. I mean, they all have stupid money, but we'll talk about that later.
She wants a 10-carat diamond.
It's very not Southern.
A lot of money.
It's very not Southern though, the way they talk about money, because
we're not. We don't talk about money.
We don't do that. So yes,
although I've learned that Southern not talking about money can add in a lot of shame, and so I had to become okay with talking about money. But
I agree.
But not the way they're talking about it.
But people don't necessarily talk about how rich they are.
That's true.
These people do. I don't know if it's producer promoted. Have you ever held or seen a 10-carat diamond or larger in your life?
Not that I'm allowed to talk about.
Oh, Jesus. Wow.
There was that time in the Russian Special Forces, but besides that, no. No, that I've never. No, that's ridiculous.
And she's still not, y'all. Remember, she asked Jessey to marry her. Dude still hasn't done it.
Which was the kind of the arc of last season. Last season had a couple arcs, and I want to remind us about those.
Yeah.
They were kind of Kevin's finding this group of friends and finding out what it was like for them to teach him a little bit more about what it was to be Asian, because he came from such a...
He was adopted.
in a place in Pennsylvania.
In a white family.
Yeah, and so he didn't feel like he had a lot of connection to Asian identity. And his friends, last season, we had his friends kind of teach him, this new friend group he found through Kane, teach him about it. We also saw other arcs where Christine and Anna's very, like... I can't come up with the word.
Tete-a-tete?
No, they're kind of fighting, basically.
Yes.
And they
kind of almost for top dog, so to speak.
And then Kelly and Drew, boy, we're not going to miss you, scary motherfucker.
Drew was hot, but he was
scary as shit. Sleeping with the enemy kind of shit.
Because I forgot, I really like Kelly. Like, I really like her on the show. She's funny.
Yeah.
She's kind of the most down-to-earth person. Just when it came to, she was dickmatized, y'all.
Yeah. And then at the very end, there was a little bit between Kim and maybe an idea that it might happen with her and Kevin. And then that was that weird last arc, which I was never a big fan of, when they were trying to find Kim's father.
Yes.
When Kevin and Kane went to Charleston to find Kim's father.
It just seemed so random, and it seemed a little, this is more in episode 2, but Kevin's saying that we should stay out of other people's business.
Screamed out.
And I thought, remember when you flew to a different state and didn't tell Kim you were looking for her father? Remember? And then you showed up at her house and told her you found her father.
Yeah.
And I really don't think she knew based off of her reaction.
I screamed when he said that.
So I'm like, maybe Kevin's saying it because he went, bitch, I learned that was not a good idea.
Right.
Get away from me, fruit fly. Sorry, y'all. Jesus. It just flew at my eyes.
Anyway, as we were saying, Cherie wants to get married to Jessey, but Jessey keeps saying the timing is not right. We have a feng shui person, and we need to get married next year. Oh yeah, he's cute.
Kind of big dick.
I don't know. I think it's in the middle.
Biggest dick on Bling Empire. Stay tuned for our second part after commercial. Not right now, but Poodle will use the gift then.
I don't like you putting me on the spot about it, but I can't.
Oh, God.
You can't call upon it.
Oh,
I
God.
have to venture it. So no. We're not ready to take a break.
No, we're not. No, not at all. So Anna's basically kind of like, you need to get married. Like, now is the time. And she's like, I know. And we see later, Cherie is talking to Jessey at dinner. And she's like, when do you want to have the wedding? And he's totally dragging his feet.
Well, he's just not excited about it.
No.
And he doesn't want to talk about it at all.
No.
Later on, there's a little bit of Christine and Dr. Chu and Baby G. And
Baby G is so cute.
They're in Paris at Couture Week because, of course, that's what they do.
Baby G is always silent. We never hear them speak.
I think Baby G is too young to have the power of speech.
Oh, I thought Baby G was just saying, I'm Baby G.
I'm just listening.
Yeah, I'm just listening. I'm not talking.
I think Baby G probably babbles.
That kid is fucking cute.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, Couture Week, blah, blah, blah. Couture Week, so busy. You have to go to this thing, you can't eat.
Mimi calls and says,
Me!
we can't do that enough. And I can't, we've already done that once. Sorry.
Fine.
No. And if you're going to do it, you need to put it in the right key. And it needs to sound better. Sorry. Me.
But
see, I don't want to do it either.
That was the right key, but it didn't sound better.
I know. Okay. I wasn't prepared. So Mimi's anniversary party is this Saturday.
We're so stupid.
And they're like, we'll be there.
And Christine's like, when is it? She's like, it's Saturday. She's like, well, today's
Thursday.
And Mimi goes, yeah, bitch. Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
So you're in Paris. Come on home.
I am using that. When someone says, oh, you're having to get together in 4 days, and I'm going to go, yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. See you there.
They go, got plans. Bye.
Got plans. Bye.
You didn't have a diamond-encrusted piano or a crystal-encrusted piano and women dressed as human butterflies.
No, I did not.
So... this is at Mimi's estate, which they call it.
Okay, y'all. Mimi did well.
Don Morris. I need to look him up.
How would you describe Don Morris? Morris.
Quite a cat-like gentleman with his facial features.
He's had work done, and he has very dark dyed hair. I think Don Morris is quite older than Mimi.
I agree. Although Mimi's had a lot of work done.
She's had work done too. So maybe Mimi's 80 and we just...
Maybe.
But they have a younger kid named Skylar.
Now, did you see the Kardashians there?
No.
I could have sworn I saw Khloe Kardashian at this party.
They would have shown that. Well,
they did. No, I thought they did on the way in. Maybe I was wrong.
Maybe not if she didn't sign a release, though.
Oh. I could have sworn I saw her, though.
I mean, they are connected. They know people like that. They know, is it Christine who is, they talk about who is friends with the Hiltons.
Oh, yeah, that's how what's her name?
I think she's pretty good friends with the Hiltons, actually.
So, anyway, Kim shows up and with her boobs out.
Oh, it's like they're on a tit shelf.
And y'all, I don't have any problem with putting your boobs out.
Oh, no.
But don't expect, she was not having problems with this, but don't expect people not to comment when your boobies are out.
Hey, when Poodles puts his dick out, people comment.
I like Mimi just going, oh, look. And she full on grabbed her boobies.
She did. She just went, boobies.
Honk, honk.
Kind of like Coben did to Emily when she came home. Coben just immediately he was like, milk.
Give me. So turns out she is DJing big festivals now. I don't really care about what she does.
I don't care really I do like her. And she's gorgeous. And her makeup's always flawless and the hair and everything. I will say, for her to be able to get a residency at the Wynn.
The Wynn, yeah. It's a big
That's
deal.
a big deal. Poodle, what? Wait, you had a residency at which?
North Hollywood Spa.
Oh, yeah. I didn't. I couldn't remember if it was Vegas. I just remember it was hot.
Yeah.
It was hot.
It's steamy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a dry heat that day. And the residency was just for a day, right?
Yeah.
Then they kicked you out because you didn't pay?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I thought it was by that. I paid the hour rate, but I stayed the whole day.
Y'all, I'm sorry. This is going to take me off on a tangent.
Great.
But we haven't done it in a while, and it probably will be a while before we do it because of time. But Jake and I used to do a theatrical show called Cabaret.
Theatrical show.
Cabaret. That's kind of where we got the idea to do a podcast. And so we would do it. We'd raise money for LGBTQIA charities each year, and it was fun. And we had it several years. We had it at this theater space, but the theater space literally was next to the North,
Sharing a wall.
with the North Hollywood Gay Spa.
It wasn't called that. It was called the North Hollywood Spa, but it was gay.
It was a gay spa, and y'all, if you don't know what gay spas are, Google them on your boss's computer at work. That's a great way to get yourself
basically a bathhouse.
the bathhouse, which is a part of, especially for gay men, part of our history,
Yeah.
and something that was very important to our history back in the day. And Bette Midler started in
For
bathhouses.
some people, it still is.
And for some people, it still is. And so it, but there would be I'll never forget, like, we would get out of the show and a lot of people would be milling around on the street going, "Oh, you're wonderful." And Jake and I, of course, wearing like a sequin jacket and heels and in basically like not drag makeup, but like female impersonator makeup here. And there would just be guys that just walked
like
out
ball
of
caps
with ball caps
on.
that literally just took like 4 loads that
Yeah.
are walking out, and they don't really want to be seen by everybody. And they walk out and their whole group like, "Hey!" And everybody, because they were gay, they just assumed they were with our
Yes.
show. They were like, "Oh, how do you know Maddie and Poodle?" And they'd be like, "Oh, I gotta go, bro." It was great.
I got to go to the county council meeting.
And then what? Remember when I went in there, because we would auction off gift certificates and things. And remember when I went in there to get a gift certificate
Yes.
for our show?
And they're like, "Sir, we do not sell gift
He said,
certificates."
"We're not that type of spa." And I said, "No, I know what type of spa you're on. Can I just, like, can I book a sling for an hour, like a gift certificate?" And the guy said,
Is there a room with a view I can book?
"Yes, a room with you, to get a rim with a view."
Yes, a rim with a view.
They didn't understand it, and he asked me to leave. This is all true. Very true.
Didn't have a lot of sense of humor, though,
No,
did he? No.
God, we performed in some shitty spaces.
Yeah, we did. So at this party, y'all, the Chews are showing up. The Anna and Kelly are there.
The Chews, okay.
We do find out that Kelly is single now. She's
Thank
not
God,
with Drew
yes.
because, as she says, Drew still had a lot of issues to deal with. We could have told you that.
She said on the surface it was like he cleaned it up, but he didn't. And I went, "No, y'all, he was fucking like
Yes,
psycho."
yeah.
So glad he's off the show.
And then they're having fun, and Kevin takes his shirt off at the
We
party.
didn't see enough of that, if you ask me.
And
Didn't see enough.
Jamie and Anna are talking about Instagram.
Jamie's like, "Anna, you need to be more active on Instagram, Anna."
She's like, "How do you be active on Instagram?"
You're like my mom, Anna. Anna, you just need to you put pictures of yourself. Like, do a poll, Anna. You want to do a poll? You should do an Instagram poll, Anna.
She almost said, "I could buy you and sell you."
Yeah. Anna just picks up her phone and said, "I just bought Instagram. Is that what you needed? Is that what you needed?"
I bought it from a small country in South Asia.
Yes, yes.
That owns it.
It's now called Anagram.
So
Which is funny because Anna is an anagram, isn't it?
it's a palindrome.
Palindrome, yes.
Yeah.
What's an
almost?
What's an anagram?
Anagram is a word. I guess Anna is an anagram, but an anagram is like it's a word in different order. Letters in different order equals this. You unscramble the words to make that.
Palindrome is the same backwards and forwards.
Yes, like
Okay.
all of them, which is an anagram for the guy in Rosemary's Baby. Roman Castrovet.
Yes.
Yes.
Or like at the end of Harry Potter when it's Lord Voldemort in like Chamber of Secrets. She did the same thing.
Sure. I don't remember that.
I just had a vision. Who was the gay flouncing Mary that probably one day hundreds of years ago went, my, this word backwards and forwards is a palindrome.
Palindrome.
And just went and just ran around the streets of Venice screaming, I found a palindrome.
It would have been me.
And no one cared. No one cared about that. What a useless discovery.
If you add, it's like the Mr. Fibonacci. Do you know if this 1 plus 1 is 2? 1 plus 1 into 1 plus 1 is 3, and then 5. And someone went, who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck?
My neighbor just died of cholera. And his baby's got it. You're showing me a fucking series of numbers?
See this half
Here,
a finger?
go.
A rat chewed this off.
Help me go dig a grave. Wanna go help me dig a grave? That's it. I think Fibonacci was probably close to the Renaissance, but no, I
was Fibonacci gay in real life?
I don't know.
How can you not be with the name Fibonacci?
It does sound like a designer.
It does. From the house of Fibonacci, 3. All right. Sorry.
I'm just thinking about him telling Discovery and said, like, I got real problems.
No one gives a shit if the word is the same. Why do we care? What a useless discovery.
I think it's cute, but you're right. No, like what's his name? What's his name? I almost what's his named Leonardo da Vinci, but Leonardo da Vinci coming up with all these things, and people are like, "Yeah, so what? We're starving."
Yeah, my aunt discovered bread, and she's rich.
But that's why things aren't appreciated until hundreds of years later. All these things. So there were eggheads who didn't appreciate.
Do you think we're going to be appreciated hundreds of years?
Never.
Okay.
If we're appreciated at all, it'll be by people like 20 years later, and then we'll be quickly forgotten.
Okay, and then they'll realize that this comedy didn't age well.
No, I don't think our comedy will age well.
No, I don't think it will at all. Okay, so
where are we?
They're partying. I think that we do find out Anna's having a grandbaby or has a grandbaby.
Yeah.
And Christine and Anna are kind of
come
talking.
to my house.
And Kane's like,
Come to my new house.
what is happening? They're talking.
And
they're getting along. It's just weird.
And Christine is going to go to the Chinese medicine store downtown. And it's so cool. I think I've talked about this before with Chinese medicine. When I was in China, is you go to a drugstore, when you see drugstore in China, it's all Chinese medicine. Mm-hmm. You can buy like Tylenol, but you have to go to Walmart to get it. Everything is traditional Chinese medicine, with the exception of... unless you can find Western medicine somewhere. That's just what they do there. So
I'm a big fan of it. I've talked about it. It's helped me tremendously.
Yeah. But so they're looking around and she meets Dorothy. And Dorothy!
100-year anniversary of Judy Garland's birth. It's coming up, and they're going to be showing Wizard of Oz in the theaters.
When?
I feel like in 2 or 3 months. I've never seen that in a theater. Have you?
You know, I have not.
We should. Well, we're going. We're going to call Sissy, and we're going to go.
That's relevant to this podcast. How?
Well, I want to tell people that they can go see it.
Anyway, we're talking about Dorothy Wang.
If you didn't get that Dorothy reference was from Wizard of Oz,
why are you listening
Stop
to us?
listening.
So, Dorothy Wang's first-generation Chinese American. Her father's an entrepreneur.
Just $4 billion.
Maybe she's been on another show before. She looked like she gets it.
Oh, yes. Yeah, she got it. She talked about how, like, I thought that...
She knew them. She knew Christine through the Hiltons. Nikki Hilton.
Yes, and how she... basically, she just talked about growing up being Asian, things being made fun of. Because she was first generation, so things like their housekeeper would make like a peanut butter and turkey sandwich. that's a part of the show. I do love things like that. As just a very white person who grew up in Oklahoma, it's perspective I never thought of.
Those are the most interesting things about the show. I totally agree with you.
For me, yeah, as well.
And they're looking at things like the Chinese medicine guy is looking at their tongues, which is a thing. Someone asked me to look. Someone looked at my tongue in China.
Was it at a medicine shop or a grinder date?
Well, one was for one purpose.
Okay.
And the other another.
All right.
So
it still cracks me up that you couldn't get an internet connection, but you could get Grindr.
Grindr was popping in China.
Y'all, the power of porn.
I know.
It drives everything.
It does. All the innovations that we've had.
That's very true.
Thanks to porn.
Thanks to porn.
Streaming. The internet.
The internet. That Avenue Q song is right.
So the next they're talking
favorite line. So this guy's super nerdy.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, yeah. And he kind of has this giggle thing. And so they're looking for a gift. And Christine's like, oh, so what have you studied? And he's like, I studied econ at UCLA. Anyway, he's just so nerdy. I enjoyed him. I just want to say that.
And so he's got like placenta. And like, is it people's placenta? Because when you're so filthy rich, you just assume, why not? It's human beings.
Why not?
But it's actually cow's placenta.
It's actually cows.
And they're like, it's good for vaginal cleansing. And when they said, I'll get this for Anne, I'm like, no, don't do that.
No. And then come to find out, it's kind of like, I love that Christine's like, you know what? I wanted that for me.
So the next situation is when Kevin and Kim are hanging out.
Okay, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Kevin and Kim are hanging out. They're having matcha. I can't get a read on this if this relationship is fraudacity for show.
It feels like fraudacity to me.
I feel like it's fraudacity, but I get a little confused because if it is fraudacity, Kim's a pretty good actor because we have these moments where she looks at Kevin like she wants to fuck him. But I don't know if everybody just looks at Kevin like that because he's so fucking hot.
I think that's it. I think she's totally not into having a relationship with him.
I do think that too. I think maybe they could bang, but she doesn't want to have...
Honestly, she should have just said she's not interested.
Yeah.
I just think this is disingenuous.
This is the only part of the story that feels a little fraudacity to me.
Let me talk, because I was talking about one of the reasons. It's not that so far we watched 2 episodes only, but one of the reasons this season feels different to me is maybe it's just that there's not as much intrigue and we're not meeting as many new people. There doesn't feel like the only major arc we're setting up, and we're going to talk about in the next episode, is Cherie and Jessey and this kind of nature of, does he have another family or something like that?
It feels like that's the main thread, and the other things are just kind of floundering.
I find, but the main arc last season had to do with Kevin and his identity, and I think we resolved that to an extent, even though he says at the beginning, I'm still figuring it out. But this feels forced. And it not in a way that I don't even think I want it to happen.
No, I don't think I do either.
Yeah.
I don't think, honestly, I feel like Kevin and Kelly would be a better couple than, I just think Kim is not, she's a fucking DJ.
Yeah.
Like, she's living that life.
She's too supercilious.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think she wants, and Kevin is actually like, he's sober.
Yeah.
And he talks about that a lot, being sober, so that's why I bring it up. And he's sober, turned his life around because of that. He's just so like grounded, and Kim just seems like she's grounded in other ways and is a very hard worker. And I love her mother, Kimmy.
Yeah,
but
I think she needs to
they
process
just feel like they're in
stuff.
different phases of life.
Yeah,
but also I wanted, since we're talking about it, it makes me wonder if this show is a little trying to find out what it wants to be, because I feel like I don't know if this show is about rich people or is it about like talking about Asian culture. I'm personally more interested in that.
I think last season was about that.
Was about
Asian culture in Los Angeles and all the eccentricities that come with it, and
think so
all
too.
the excess. And we also get to find out what's behind some of these people and what makes them tick a little bit. I feel like this is more about having people we know and maybe they get together, and I'm not that interested in that.
It's like this is now like an episode of Friends. We all know this friend group, and because it doesn't feel like yes, I know they're going to a diamond shop, but it's not like Selling Sunset or even Housewives, like even Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Like they do these ridiculous things to kind of show this wealth, and it's just parties. I don't know. We're only 2 episodes in, but I'm a little bit like, what are you trying to tell me here? But I don't know.
The other thing is, I just wrote, she's not into him. And the other thing, he's like, this is me shooting my shot. And she's not even taking him seriously.
No.
But
yet she's putting her straw up and down that looks like she's beating something off.
Yeah.
No, because if you read the body language, I just don't believe it.
So basically, there's one little scene at the end with Christine and Anna. And
the best scene of them.
It's so interesting because Christine comes over with vegetables and she's like, baby G, pick these. And you assume she's going to say something like, I want to get along better, but she keeps beating around the bush. And Christine says, I don't know. I was sad because during the pandemic that we didn't have anything we didn't have to introduce baby G around. And she's like, but then I thought about other working women. And I like Anna saying, why are you trying to be so altruistic, Christine? And
she says in her testimony, she's like, I don't know who this Martha Stewart bitch is, but I think I like bitchy Christine better.
And Anna's right. Christine's being fake.
It does feel like she's being fake.
And Christine was like, oh, you're calling me out on this? Or I don't know what Christine was trying to do with this. Or was she trying to say something about a charity?
I think she's just talking to, because Anna makes people uncomfortable, because Anna is that person that will invite you over and then you come over and they're ready for you to leave immediately.
Yes.
And they act like they're not even really happy that you're over.
Like when you come over here.
It's a tough situation to be in.
When you knock on the door, it's like, ugh.
Yeah, it's
lonely. I don't hate you being here.
Lonely.
And Anna's like, money doesn't impress me. And Christine's like, me either. And Anna was like,
yeah.
Money does impress
She
Christine.
was like, honey. She's like, and Christine said, I just didn't want to take. Then Christine did her. She's like, I just didn't want to take my parents' money. And Anna said, yeah, that's called stupid. Because that's how Anna got rich, from her parents.
Right.
Where Christine, I forget, but Christine did. Her family had money, but remember, she's estranged. We found out a little bit she's estranged from her family. So she made a lot of her own fortune, I think, before she even married Dr. G.
Yes. She had more money. But I don't know why. I don't know why that should make points with Anna.
No, she's not trying to make points. No, because she says, I just think it's more honorable to make your own money. She's throwing fucking shade.
Yeah. And Anna's not having it.
And that's when Anna's like, if you want to compete with someone, she's like, I'm not trying to compete with you. And she said,
was all last season.
Oh, it's so obnoxious. Everyone else sees it. And she says, oh, I'm so sorry. And that's what she said. For me, it's much more honorable to earn your money. And Anna says, don't push it. I've got guns on the wall. She didn't say guns on the wall, but she should have.
Yeah. So Anna's like, I tried to be nice, but I could give a fuck about all this.
I could give a fuck. Last night, we meet Leah, new cast member-ish, Leah Quinn, and Jamie's meeting Leah. The only reason Leah is here because Leah is going to start shit.
She's going to sing like a canary. And guess what, y'all? This is going to be the big reveal of this season, I guess, is that they're talking about Cherie and when they met Cherie. And she's like, I know, I met Cherie before she was with Jessey. And, when he was with his other family, Crystal.
Huh? Who? Huh?
And Jamie's like, what?
She's like, yeah, he had another family with 2 kids. And she goes, what?
Is Jessey still married? And the girl goes, I don't know. I thought you knew.
I thought you knew. I thought everybody knew. Blackout.
And that's that episode. Y'all, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back for episode 2. Rumor has it, you don't got your...
Rumor has it, she has you See, Poodle and I have our own songs.
I don't know what that song is.
What? Rumor has it you want her to.
No.
That's a Reba McEntire song.
Is that a single?
Oh, rumor has it.
How many times is she going to say that?
She has you. It's with a chorus. Rumor has it was a big hit for Reba McEntire. I can't believe you don't know that
I
song.
don't know that song.
You just really hated country music. Really hated your country queen.
I just know Adele better than Reba's. I know Reba's big hits.
I mean, in fact, the album was called Rumor Has It.
What? And it was a single?
It was a single as well, but that's where
What year?
Climb That Mountain High, You Lie, Fancy.
Oh, wow. So it was probably like a third or fourth single, right?
Rumor Has It was 1990.
Oh, that may be a little too
Look
long.
at that cover with the hat she's wearing.
Ooh.
Oh, you would wear that. You would wear that, right?
I wasn't really into country music at that time. I only listened to it because some of my friends in high school did.
Well, that's fair.
We listened to very different music growing up.
We did. I don't know. I don't know how, if it was a, it was number 3 on the Billboard Country Singles.
Because I definitely never had that album. I only know like
it's a great album. Great album.
I know Fancy, but...
Yeah.
Y'all, this is Bling Empire, although you couldn't tell because you thought it was a talk about country music. And if you tuned in just to listen to episode 2, you're going to be very confused.
You're going to be very confused. That would be weird if you stopped in the middle of the commercial. I don't get it. Because this is the same episode.
Yeah.
Anyway. Y'all, by the way, if you're listening to this on our Patreon, then you're listening at commercial free at the $8 tier. But, well, in the $5, because everybody on the $5 tier are going to, if you like this and you want to listen to more Bling Empire, you're going to have to subscribe at the $5 tier on Supercast or Patreon. That's where all the episodes of Bling are going to be because it's a Netflix binge.
Yep.
But also, too, if you notice on the app, the Patreon app fucking sucks.
Just take copy your RSS feed and drop it into your podcast
I was going to say, if you're listening in the Patreon app, you're going to be like, what? It says the episode's 20 minutes. I know it's longer.
It is
The time
longer.
is weird. It just keeps on playing. It keeps on playing. It'll be 40 minutes.
And going.
I
was the Energizer Bunny once in a skit for junior high.
See, I want to see somebody dress up as Halloween for a slutty Energizer Bunny. That would be good.
I still like Slutty Grim Reaper
They
better.
keep fucking and fucking and fucking. You kind of are the Energizer Bunny.
I had a bass drum and everything.
Wow. I remember I had a bass drum and marching band and March of the Christmas Parade, and I was looking at the decorations up by Goldcrest Jewelers because they were just so pretty, and I was looking up going, well, that's so pretty. I thought, I should tell Mama and we could do it. Oh, good. And then I ran into, because I didn't realize the band stopped, and I ran into the flautist in front of me, and I knocked over 3 people.
You have to pay attention in marching band.
And then later on down the street, I was hitting the bass drum and the, what's it called? The stick.
The
pellet. Mallet, thank you. I was thinking it.
Yeah, weren't you a percussionist?
Yeah, I was. I was hitting the bass drum and the mallet flew out of my hand. Jeff Hunt's dad had to go grab it for me.
If I was your band director, I would never allow you to do that again.
Because I couldn't pick it up. The thing is, too, this parade was just down Ardmore Main Street. That's only a quarter of a mile long. A lot happened to me in just a quarter of a mile.
Were you allowed to keep doing that?
I didn't want to play drums. I wanted to play quads. Like do.
Yeah, but you can't do those.
He wanted me to play xylophone because I took piano, but that was gay.
Xylophone is gay?
It just felt.
How is xylophone gayer than piano?
No, in band. I wanted to play the drums. That's what all the boys did. Drums. I wanted to be a percussionist.
But you had boys who played trumpet and brass instruments, right?
Yeah, that was fine.
But that's not gay?
I couldn't do that because I had to have so much gentle work in my braces and my mouth was so jacked up. So
you were so unacceptable.
I could only do percussion.
Wow, we need to move on. Jesus,
That was hard.
maybe you should have not tried band.
Well,
Maybe we
I quit
should have
eventually for choir.
Found something else.
Yeah. Mr. Hoffman called me too and said, "Man, I need you." And I said, "Sorry, I made a decision."
I'm sure she went, whew. So, rumor has it, Kelly and Kane, we are at the plastic surgeons.
Now, see, this is what I want to see. This is interesting. This is a whole different world.
So gross out to me.
Oh.
I'm so grossed out by watching any type of plastic surgery.
What do you think about Dr. Say?
He's had a lot of his own work done.
Dr. Say does porn.
He kind of looked like
He kind of looks like a porn actor.
Yeah.
He's kind of...
But he's had too much of his own procedures done.
I
don't trust
kind of
that.
was attracted to him because if you have sex with him, y'all, you're gonna have freaky deaky sex with him.
Yeah, and he's going to like pump his penis up and
But
stuff.
yeah, all that shit. But you're gonna have to look at his face while he's pummeling you. And he's got a nice body, but he's just had so much work done on his face.
Done. It looks like a cat person.
Would you still have sex with him?
Yeah, because I'm a
too.
slut.
Yeah, same. I would too.
The bar isn't that
The
high.
bar, yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I think I'd had sex with him just to see what his body looked like naked.
Oh, for sure.
I've done that before.
Wow. Just didn't follow them on Instagram?
Yeah, but you need to see all of it. You need to see all of it. And you also need to see it in motion. You need to see the motion of the ocean.
Wow.
Because of curiosity. I'm like Leonardo da Vinci. I got to see how a flying machine
I
works.
literally was just about to say the curiosity of Poodle Boudreaux.
Oh, y'all, my mother was like, Japert, stop asking so many questions. I was the most, and my mother would say, well, curiosity killed the cat, you know. And I would think about that as a young child saying, why did that kill a cat? And I asked, and she's like, I don't know, Japert. Don't ask me what the expression means. Just something you hear.
Y'all, I'm so sorry if you have a little poodle at home, because if you do, you're tired right now.
I never stopped asking questions.
You are so tired right now.
And to the point, I don't even ask and I only know this because my oldest nephew, when I would watch him, he would ask tons of questions. And I said, how do you deal with that when you work? And she's like, are you kidding? You were worse. She's like, your brother was okay,
so
but you were much worse.
So you wanted to bitch to your mother, and instead she shamed you for how you were?
She turned the tables.
And you just shut up.
Like Adele.
You just shut up and just widely blinked
like,
in silence.
Every car ride was just question after question. And I said, Jaybird, I need to play the quiet game. And she's like, then I would just buy you next time I would buy you a book. And I actually bought you a book called The Book of Answers. Because, and I swear to God, y'all, I read the Book of Answers, this almost big encyclopedia, or like the answer book. I read that thing until it was like threadbare. Oh, God, I had so many questions. I still have so many questions. When you have an insatiable curiosity, y'all.
Paired with an insatiable sex drive.
I know.
That means you get into trouble.
That's the truth.
And you have your doctor on speed dial.
Where are we?
Y'all,
they're getting filler, or he's getting filler and threaded.
He just gives him a little bit of ketamine because
Is that a
threading
thing?
hurts. I guess you can give a little bit of.
Looked like a little lifesaver.
I'm not into threading, because I think it just looks bad. Mm-hmm. But also, but it's interesting. It was interesting. It made me move in my seat. But
I didn't know they threaded your nose.
I didn't know that. It was weird when they're pulling on the thing. Just pull.
I couldn't watch it.
But the thing is with threading, y'all, that's what Darcy and Stacy get, that cat look.
Yeah.
So that's what really good. And Kane has that look too. But
and he's got needles in his face. What's the needles in his face for?
No, they're threading his neck because he probably wants a more square jawline. Mm-hmm. But however, what you don't realize is that the threads eventually dissolve. And also, sometimes the threads will just you'll be like, oh, do I have a hair sticking out like a beard? No, it's the thread is coming out of your skin.
I just don't want have thread put in my face.
I'm not a fan of it.
I think it's safe to say that I'm not either.
I'm not a fan of thread. I'm not even a huge fan of fillers because I don't think it looks great in a lot of areas. I'm more of a fan of just...
You're a Botox person in doses.
In dose, I don't mind a little Botox, but I'm more of a fan of just get surgery and just get it. That's all right, and get fat transferred. That's what I'm gonna.
So that's where you are. You'll be on a new. You'll be on a new thing next year.
It's what, Friday the 13th.
It is Friday the
13th. 20. I will tell you now. I'm saving my pennies now for a doctor I like. 45.
You're gonna have to save a lot of pennies.
That's when I'm gonna get it done. I think
a fat transfer.
No, just a whole new face.
Okay.
No. Just
can I pick it?
No. Just a little rejuvenation.
So when will you look like what's his name from the Goonies?
Soon.
During that time.
Yeah. With eating a Snickers, which reminds us, y'all, speaking of beauty or whatever, and y'all, you don't have to get anything done if you don't want to. Just do whatever's good for you. But y'all, listen to our collab with Jackie J from Natch Butte. She just emailed and said everybody's having great feedback about it. We're part one's on her feed, part two is on ours. I accidentally if you're on Patreon, I accidentally uploaded classless. If it starts to play classless,
we know
it's fixed. You just got to refresh your feed. Just log out or log back in and refresh the feed, and it'll play the right show.
Later on, when they're doing all this, the doctor does draw a penis on his face, which I enjoyed.
I think I'm telling you, Dr. Tsay's fun. I like it.
I liked it when they came to dinner and he had this like cartoon chin strap on, like Jacob Marley.
You know what?
From Christmas Carol.
I kind of go back and forth. When I do have plastic surgery. If that's when I will go have lunch on Canon. Like, is that when I'll just say, fuck it, I'm here, I've arrived, or if I will hide in a hole. You know, when I do it, because I eventually want to do, like, I want to get laser done too, like Fraxel, just because to take care of sunspotting, but it makes your face look burned. I'm going to have to get one of those masks like RuPaul when she had work done, because for our YouTube lives, you won't be able to look at me.
Not sure talking about cosmetic procedures that you're going to get is the best time for our show to spend, but
I have to prepare you now.
You can prepare me when we're not on the podcast about your surgeries.
Yeah, okay. Next time you want to talk about a sexcapade, we'll see if that gets cut short.
We'll see. Turns out, y'all, Kevin loves anal, which we already knew. I could have told you that.
Could have told you that. Now, does Kevin like to do anal on other people, or does he like a finger up the butt?
I think he'd be okay with a little finger action.
I think he's fine with it.
I think you need to tell him. You can't just give him a woo.
Tell him.
That's basically all that's there. And should we talk about Jamie and Anna going shopping?
I mean, it's like there's not much to it. They're both oxes. They're just establishing Jamie and Anna are going to have some type of friendship this year. They are kind of very similar because Jamie, this is why I do hope they show more of Jamie, because Jamie is one of the funniest people on a show, but she doesn't know she's funny.
Yeah.
She's just
reality show.
She's really fucking dry and just says what comes to her head with no filter. And it's really funny. So that's kind of it. I think they're going to be friends.
I liked it when they were trying to be mannequins. And
that was cute.
Yeah. That's what rich people can do that we can't.
Oh, yeah.
Because they would tell you and me to get down.
Oh, yes. They would say, are you going to buy
Security
that?
would be called.
And Jake would say, buy what? That, $700 jacket you're wearing. Oh, I didn't know I was wearing this jacket.
Fuck off.
So, y'all remember, we didn't mention this. Last episode, Kevin asked Kim, he said, I'd like to get to know. We didn't talk about it. We talked about the audacity of it, but he asked her out on the date.
He asked her out, and she said
So now
yes.
it's a date. So he hired a private chef production hired a private.
Yeah.
Y'all, Kevin doesn't make a lot of money yet. He's doing better in himself, but he's
Right.
not. Remember, and I say that
This-
that's the whole point of the show.
Right.
Kevin is the LC. Kevin is the Chriselle.
Right.
Kevin is not rich. He's not in this world.
Right.
So that's the whole thing. Can we talk about how hot this chef is?
Oh my God. I had a whole secret scene.
Oh my God, your TV went staticky
Yes.
too? So what happened to me, you tell me. So long story short, y'all, Kim ghosts Kevin. And so
Doesn't
it
show
was
up.
8:45 and Kevin looked at me, looked at his phone and said, well,
His
I
name
guess
is Jasper.
Jasper, which is pretentious and amazing.
I love
And
that
I do
name.
too. And Kevin's, to me, this is what I saw. You tell me you saw. Kevin said, oh wait, she's not answering. And then the TV got kind of
Netflix needs to do a little better.
needs to be better.
Yeah.
And then Jasper said something to the
You're
fact,
looking like a good pump in, dude.
oh yes, that. And
Looking
Kevin
at his
said,
arms.
Oh,
Thanks, bro.
Thanks, bro. And Kevin kind of flexed. And he said, you know, do you want to feel this one just so you can feel one's bigger than the other? Do you want to feel them? And then Jasper went to grab his crotch and he said, I'm in my arms, but my balls are that way too.
That's a really bad secret scene. Mine was better.
What did yours do?
No, that's just. You know
It
what?
did kind of turn
Mine
like
was-
he was testing for a hernia.
Mine was gonna be about here's how you cut a fish, and then it was gonna get weird. Like he was holding the fish, and then it says, "I have something that feels like that." Yeah. I don't think my secret scene was very well scripted either.
But did yours end the same way that
With Kevin feeding Jasper sushi off his penis.
same?
Yes.
Same. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And then they're just covered in like a human charcuterie of fish with semen all
And
over
cum.
them. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Mine did the
Aioli,
same.
if you will.
Aioli.
Aioli
Oli.
over here.
Okay. Anyway, she stood him up. So
What do you think about the idea of I don't think I could be friends with someone after that, even if I was trying to date them, who had not called me and completely stood me up. That would mean that person would have no regard for me at all.
could only be friends with them if they made a very sincere grand gesture of an apology.
And was that there?
It's not what Kim did.
Yeah.
But I mean, that is the only way. Like if someone just said, it was hard for me. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, that's not good enough. Like you need to say, I'm really sorry I treated you like shit.
It's hard for me to get back on board with Kim after that. I
also feel like, not to sound older, but I am. I feel like because with the terminology of ghosting and everything, I feel like that's something younger people are more accepting with, of people
But
just ghosting them.
he got a private chef.
Yeah, well, production too.
But still,
Jasper
he
was
arranged.
He arranged
for
yes,
a
yeah.
private chef, and they were going to do a thing.
Yeah.
I guarantee y'all that was probably $700. That event for the food, for the whole session,
At least.
And
Have you ever been
probably
on a date
grand.
with a private chef?
If I tell you yes, will you not be angry at?
I won't be angry at all.
I was invited to a house of someone over kind of that area, like above, like right in there, like across from the Skirball.
Okay.
And
Just one of the nicest areas in the country.
and he did have
Okay.
his chef there.
Okay, so that's great because it's just your friend. You went over to friend. This wasn't somebody you were dating, right?
It was like a third date.
You're a fucking idiot.
And then I stopped.
You're an
seeing
idiot!
Because I thought it was moving too fast.
Because his dick wasn't enough for you.
No.
A private chef? We could be on Crazy Rich Asians as fucking or Bling Empire as friends now.
I knew you'd be angry.
I could be eating sushi off Kevin's dick right now.
It was a beautiful house, too. Damn. Let's move on.
How old was he?
in his late 40s at that time, and I was in my probably early 30s.
Your best years.
Yeah. If it makes you feel any better.
I'm not going to feel bad when you have no retirement.
I didn't feel like he was ever really listening to me.
Who cares? Who cares? Did you have sex with him?
Yeah.
How was the sex?
Not bad. But I always thought I could get something better.
And did you?
No. It's, you know what? And the next person I slept with was like some dirty fucker I met in a club. So
Who was trying to be an actor.
Yes.
Wow.
And those are the ones that do it for me.
Wow.
I love a bad boy. Oh, I love a bad boy. I smelled the whiskey on his breath and I liked it. All right, I'm going to stop slurping my coffee. Anyway,
That's
y'all,
fine.
right
Golly.
before they go to
Wasted.
Guy's house, Mimi, Cherie, Jamie, Anna,
Dawn.
and they all, and Florent.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about him. They're just trying on jewelry.
And we meet Nicola, who's, if you don't know anything, like, y'all, this is like House of Booglers, like huge. He's been,
Yes.
and he's like designs for Gaga.
Like, I can't even go to the House of Moogler website because it says you can't
You're
afford
old.
this. Yeah. You can't afford this. Go away.
Said, can you submit a headshot?
Yeah. Link to your bank account. Okay.
And tell us the names of 5 people who we know you know.
Yes.
And apparently, and I said, apparently in 5 minutes having a conversation, he's going to do Cherie's dress for her wedding.
Yes.
Which I thought was really ridiculous.
Really ridiculous.
We can go through that, but the most important thing happens here at Guy's house. Remember Guy Tang, the hairstylist?
So far, I hope they show more of him because he's super entertaining. Also, he's got a great Instagram. His Instagram's really funny.
Yeah.
He does also these really great, he makes his own hair products now, and he does really cool hair tutorials. I love his Instagram.
I don't think I know he's a kind of a bit, he's like not a bit player on the show, but he's like a little side friend who we never get to see a lot of.
I don't think he's rich. I think he's like, I don't think he's broke.
Right.
But I think like he's just a hardworking, but he's a very talented guy.
He's had a lot of work
He's had a lot of work done.
All those pec implants or something
and he
else.
has a nice voice, but his music videos are so Liberace extra gay.
The songs are terrible.
But they're so extra gay.
They are.
Yeah, they're not great, but they're fun to watch.
And he's married with his husband.
Amar.
And they're having a barbecue. And it's not something that extravagant. Like, you're right. And, y'all, Kim is there. The whole crew is there. And Kevin is... And like, she's avoiding him.
Now, that would bother... The fact that she's kind of, like, avoiding him and not making eye contact, like, she needs to take him aside. Yeah. And instead, it's Kevin who, like, kind of pulled her aside and was basically talking to her. And Kim said, well, you know... what do you want from me? You know, and she says, she never really said, I'm sorry. She just kind of said,
she said, that was my fault. Yeah, it was, because you're not, the one who didn't show up.
I'm sorry.
What do you mean that was your fault?
And she followed that up with, yeah, my bad. I'm not sure I want to be with you.
Well, she said, I should have called you, made like this like sad face. And maybe she gets out of things like that. But he said, I'm not sure I want to do this with you, because if we go through and it doesn't work, I'm losing a friend. And the thing about it is, it's not her right in a way to make his choice for her, to make his choice for him. She needs to either tell him, I'm not, it's like a bullshit excuse.
Yeah, I feel like she doesn't want to.
I don't want to lose you as a friend. That's a selfish reason.
I feel like that's bullshit, y'all, because when people really like someone, they just go
learn
for
to make it work.
They go for it. I don't think she wants to go for it.
Yeah.
And Kevin's like, she's like, nah, I feel guilty now because I got cold feet. And Kevin said, well, let's just make a promise that we'll be friends. And Kim says, which I believe, she said, yeah, I don't do that. Yeah. And that's true, y'all, because Kim, if you remember from last season, where Kim is good TV is she goes from 0 to 100 quickly.
Yeah,
She'll
they
get
had
pissed
fights.
off. Didn't she throw water in his face?
Later on, Jamie, they're talking about Jessey. And now the whole group knows if Jessey has a second family or not.
Boy.
And Kane is the complete shock in all of them. And Kevin's like, that's where you said the line before, I don't know if this is any of our business. Says the person who
Traveled to North Carolina.
Yeah, South Carolina.
South
When
Carolina.
will you ever... That's like me saying Oklahoma is Texas.
No, I thought they went to North Carolina. I wasn't confusing them. I thought they actually went to North Carolina. They went to South Carolina.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, because it was Charleston,
Yes.
not I was thinking Charlotte.
No.
Okay. So they went to South Carolina, and I forget, did they actually meet her dad, or they end up meeting her uncle?
They met
Right.
her uncle.
And the
I
dad
think.
is dead?
Yes.
So then Kevin shows up to Calvary.
They met
It's like,
the aunt or something.
yeah, they're like,
that.
hey, we met your father's relatives. Your dad's dead.
Yeah.
And she was like, what?
Yeah.
It was weird.
It was a weird arc that took up 2.5 episodes of the show.
It was like mayonnaise mousse. It was weird.
That's not a thing.
Oh, it is a thing now.
What?
Now you can buy like, it's mayo, but it's moussed. It's like light and fluffy. It's meant for like dipping fries in.
Like aioli, like we said before.
No, it's even lighter. It's like a whipped cream, but it's mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
It is.
No.
I didn't.
I'm sorry. I pronounce things wrong, and that's incorrect. Not doing it. So they are later on Kelly and Kim and Kimmy.
A lot of K's. I
damn.
love Kimmy. I love her mom,
The mom.
Kimmy.
But they're talking about
She's a straight talker, y'all.
They're talking about Kevin, and she's like, I wasn't ready to go out with him. Keep in mind, though, I'm damaged. Not a great thing for someone to say, but she was in this relationship with a musician from Korea.
Who betrayed her, and she starts crying. She does act like this just happened, but I think this was several years ago.
Yeah.
So clearly,
But remember,
she's-
time heals everything. April,
August.
August, time heals everything. This year, next year, though it's hell that I'm going through. It's a great Bernadette Peters song.
It
Actually,
is.
It's from Mac and Mabel.
It is.
A rather forgettable show, except for about 3 tunes. But her and Robert Preston.
I didn't know he was in that.
Yes. It's all about Mac
And Mabel. That would make
Mac
sense.
Sennett, the filmmaker.
Not familiar.
And Mabel was like his star.
That's my grandma's name. Well,
Mabel?
no, it was Mabel. My grandma's name was Maybelle. Maybelle, all one word.
The country or
Maybell.
redneck version of it.
And ironically, she was from like Minnesota or Wisconsin.
Weird.
Yeah.
Riveting.
Time heals everything.
But love, yeah. It's a great song.
But it
Anyway.
is. But isn't she acting like this just happened to
Yes.
me? So I was like, yeah, girl, you're not ready to date anybody. You need to
needs
go,
to go fuck.
You need to go DJ and fuck people in
Fuck.
Vegas.
So at the very ending, Kane, Leah, and Jamie meet basically just to hear the truth. And Leah confirms she's known Cherie for 5 to 6 years. There were,
And then Leah even says, well, yeah, I think she knew because
she was dating Alex, who was Jesse's friend. Cherie was
Jesse's
dating
friend.
Alex,
and Jessey
then-
was married. And then she just started dating Jessey.
And then she started dating her. So it sounds like
When he was
Cherie
married.
broke up Jesse's marriage.
Oh, an affair to remember.
Is that a song?
No, I just made it up.
Oh.
Isn't that a movie?
Yes, it's a movie. Deborah Kerr.
Never seen it.
Of course not. Anyway, that's it. And then she never told anything.
And
She was pregnant.
Kane gets so flustered he almost pops a stitch out,
What
a thread out. Oh.
One of the issues I have with Kane is he is always upset that his friends don't tell him things, and he's always more upset about his friends' lives than his own.
I can't believe I remember this because I usually remember nothing. But that is what we talked about at the end of season 1.
Yeah.
Like, we felt like Kane never shows vulnerability, and we never really get to know who Kane is.
Right.
And I'm actually very interested in him as a person. And we don't know if that's because he doesn't want to talk about his own life, but apparently he wants to put himself out there on reality TV because he does this. Y'all, we just found out he's a realtor now with the Oppenheim Group.
He is with the Oppenheim
so
Group.
He could be on Selling Sunset. They've never had a man before, have they?
No.
But they do on Orange County, which looks amazing.
They will on Orange County.
When does that? We don't know when that drops.
They have not given a release date, I believe.
Are you still fucking that guy at Netflix? Could we find out?
No.
God damn it!
And that bridge is burned.
Boy, you y'all
Can't ask him anything. Woo!
Wow.
That's the show.
That's the show, everybody. This was Bling Empire. This was your one and only free feed show. So if you want to listen to the rest of these, it's a good show, y'all. If you want to listen to the rest of them, you got to subscribe at the $5 tier on our Patreon or our Supercast.
What was their sign off for this show? We always forget that.
We should listen before, but we never do. We don't know. We'll figure it out for the next episode.
G-L-B-R-L-I-N.
But until then, y'all, we'll bling you later. I
That's
don't know.
terrible.
That's terrible. That's just bad.
We'll figure it out. Stay glamorous.
Oh, wait.
Stay bling.
Look over there.
That's someone else's catchphrase.
What's your catchphrase? Fuck me?
Harder.
All right, y'all. We'll see you next time. And until then, just remember, harder.
Day and night. Oh, wow, 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 wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah.
Yeah. Gonna get it done, Kevin. Get in here. That's what Daddy does.